When we call something stupid, very often what we're actually saying is, this thing does not align with my existing beliefs. I'm Colin Wright, and you are watching Consider This. When we say people are idiots for an opinion that they hold, what we're actually saying is that these people do not share my beliefs. These people have looked at the same data and have come to different conclusions, whether it's because they have just a radically different worldview, or they have access to different information than we do, or maybe they were given different facts than we were given. But whatever the case may be, it's not them being inherently dumb compared to us. It's just that they have seen different things or interpreted things differently than we have as a result of their different standpoint and viewpoint and perspective of the world. And making this type of value judgment is not just objectively incorrect. It's also something that disallows us from taking in new information and from perhaps seeing what the real issue is, perhaps seeing a real problem that actually exists, or seeing a real perspective that actually exists that's different than our own. And as a result, we are diminishing our ability to see the world clearly and to see the world in a more well-rounded, three-dimensional way. We're reducing our ability to empathize. We're taking away one of the most valuable assets that we can possibly have, and that's the ability to understand the other side of a given argument. Without understanding that other side, all we can ever hope to do is preach to the choir. Whereas, if we do understand the other argument, then we can make that argument very clearly and understand why people hold the beliefs that they hold, which is the only hope that we really have of actually convincing somebody else of anything. And when looking into things in this way, with an open mind and with an eye for trying to understand why people believe the things that they believe, you may even find that your position is the incorrect one. Incorrect by the standards that you set anyway. Incorrect for your worldview and for the outcome that you'd like to see. And so, in a lot of ways, the best way to go into a debate, or a perceived debate, it might be kind of just a series of monologues back and forth on social media or something, but the best way to go into that regardless is with an open mind, allowing yourself to be convinced, because then as a result you can empathize with the other person's perspective, and as a result present your information in such a way that they are more likely to empathize with as well. Calling something that we disagree with stupid or idiotic is a lazy way to deal with something that we don't agree with. The intentional way to deal with such a thing, the way that shows that you actually care about what happens, that you're actually trying to accomplish something, is to try to understand the other side, clearly communicate your beliefs and your perspective, and then allow yourself to enter a legitimate discussion about it. To do anything else is to simply complain about the way other people feel, and to essentially whine about the fact that other people see the world differently than you do as a result of different belief systems, different perspectives, different experiences that they've had. And that's not something that accomplishes anything except to stir up more outrage and to stir up more divisive tribal hatred between different groups. And the secondary benefit of this is that it allows us to recognize and then take a very close look at our own biases. Because if you do want to grow, to actually evolve as an individual over time, the only real way to do that is to take a good long look at your existing beliefs and the way that you do things and the reasons that you do things in context of the way that other people do the same. And allowing yourself to borrow a little bit of what they've got while sharing what you've got is something that serves that double purpose of perhaps sharing something good that you've seen and that you understand with people who have not seen or understood it in the same way, while also being willing to change the way that you live and the way that you do things and the way that you see the world based on what someone else has to offer. That type of humility is not a weakness, it's a strength. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, a like would be amazing. A share would likewise be amazing. You can find out more about me and my work at colin.io. There you will find a bunch of links and about pages and ways to contact me, in addition to a full list of the books that I have written. You can check out my blog at exilelifestyle.com. You can find my podcast at letsknowthings.com. And if you would like to ask a question for me to answer in a future video, you can leave that in the comment section below or by going to the Consider This Facebook page.